What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Tool Review Zone channel. Now, if you're a DEWALT fan, you might not know that there are specific tools out there on the market that you can actually buy. You see, they have a lot of them that I didn't even know existed. And here's two of them that you probably didn't know they had. But today we're gonna do something a little bit different. So instead of me just sitting here today going blah, 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 I'm gonna do this review in storytelling mode. But I'll tell you this, you might wanna sit back, relax, get subscribed. Because this story here, it's a doozy.
So yesterday it was about 93 degrees and high humidity, and I was doing a lot of work outside because I'm a man. Unfortunately, I'm weak and feeble. Well, the heat got to me a little bit. I couldn't really take that high humidity. And that's when I remembered the DEWALT 24-inch drum fan. You see, this is made for a lot of different areas: the home, the patio, even your warehouse or shop. But today, my friends, well, I needed it. You know, I was starting to cramp up. I couldn't wait to turn this thing on, but was it going to be any good? Did it run as good as it looked? I mean, it puts up to 6,500 CFM on high, but I could easily adjust it to medium or low if I wanted to on the back of the unit. But I had to get my extension cord, and even though it was very hot outside, I was calm, cool, and collective. Now, once I got my extension cord, I walked safely and calmly back to the fan. The problem was, once I went to plug it in, I said, I can't keep it up here. That ain't safe. So luckily, it has a handle on the one side. Just grab it over here, and that handle, that's real nice like. It adjusts, so if you're pulling this thing or lifting this thing, it'll go in, or you can pull it out. And then you got the knobs over here that you can loosen or tighten to keep the fan steady, or if you want to rotate this thing at a 360-degree position, well, you can do that if you want to.
Oh, that's real nice, like.
Oh, by the way, that plug has a 5-amp fuse in there. But the one thing I did notice before I picked this thing up was, wow, look at that steel casing on the outside. You got those rubber legs or those feet right there. You got those tires right there with the slip resistance. But what was nice about this is that when I set this down on the ground because of the tires and that steel cage on the bottom, it didn't matter if I set it on uneven ground. It held its own, and I was able to keep it straight up and down. Didn't have to worry about this thing falling over. That was real nice like. By the way, there's no air in those tires. They're not pneumatic. They're just plastic, so I'm just throwing that out there in case you needed to know that. And now that I had the fan all set up, it was ready to go. I needed that air flowage, so I turned it on. I was like, wow, that thing is really simple to turn on and turn off. And here's the thing. I was so intrigued by that, I actually forgot to stand in front of the fan and turn it on high, and my heat exhaustion, well, after I woke up 4 hours later, I figured, let's just turn this thing on high, flip it all the way up, and see what it can do. And I realized, even on high, the loudest this thing gets is 60 dB. Yep, there you go. That's all you're going to hear. What's nice about this, again, you can throw it in the shop, you can throw it in the office, you can throw it in the garage, and it's not going to be overbearing with that noise. And you bring it down on low, and you barely even hear it if you just want to get some air circulation. And it's super easy to adjust this thing. I'm telling you, love the switch. And you got that recess motor, so if you drop this thing, you don't have to worry about busting it. And I also like that it has a 12-foot cord on it. Now, because DEWALT says not only can you use this in your garage, your office, and home, but you can use this in an industrial setting, I said to myself, I have to test this. And the only way to do it is the most scientific way I know how. How cool do I look in front of it? Yes, shirt blowage. Okay, on low, not too much. Well, if I move it up to number 2, well, you get a little bit more shirt blowage. Not that much. I mean, it's still real nice like, but if I turn this thing up to 3, well, I look super cool and get that extra shirt blowage. Let me tell you, standing in front of this thing, it might not look like it's that big, but it's big. It's a big fan, and it really pushes that air. And boy, do I look cool. However, I had one more scientific test that I had to conduct.
La 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 la. Jigga jigga jigga, gonna back that thing up. Jigga jigga jigga, gonna back that thing up. Look, I am your father.
Pretty damn impressive if you ask me, but here's what I like about this. Even though there is some plastic on here, there's also a lot of metal. And yeah, this thing will definitely hold up to some abuse. If you drop it, I don't think you're going to have any issues with it. If you kick it around, if you're setting it in a warehouse, a garage, a shop area, I think it's going to move a lot of air for you. I think you're going to be happy with it. I'm happy with it, and I definitely think you should check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to do that. Oh, by the way, the wheels, when you pull this thing, I likes a lot. I mean, it's real nice like. It moves on the grass, moves on the dirt, and the thing's not all that heavy. However, this is where product and story number 2 starts. You see, before I was recording this video, I was sitting up on the patio and, well, I got a phone call from the wifey as I was recording the fan video and, well, she was not so happy. She said some choice words to me. Apparently, well, I was sweating a little bit on the patio before I shot that video and she's seen it. And yeah, I guess she wanted me to clean it up. I understand, but you gotta understand too, it was hot outside. I'm a man. Okay, so I left a little bit of a mess and I had to go down and get my second product. And I think you're gonna like this thing here. You see, outside the weather was hot, humid, and moist. That water wasn't gonna just evaporate on its own, so I needed the new DEWALT 3-speed air mover. Yeah, this thing had wheels on it. Check it out. I got a nice little handle. So weak and feeble, but check out that 30-foot long extension cord. This thing has 1800 CFM at the top speed, so I unplugged the fan and I plugged in my air mover and check this thing out. Now, what's really cool about this is the handle on here. If you want it for storage or whatever, if you're a little bit shorter, a little bit taller, whatever, you just open that up, bring that down, you can tighten it back up again, or you bring it back up and you can pull this thing. But this actually has metal clamps and it also has metal bolts. Not a lot of plastic when it comes to this, and that is your air mover speeds, right? So if I put this on 1, well, I mean, it was real nice like. I mean, I didn't mind it, but I needed number 2. And when I put it on number 2 on the medium, I was like, yeah, okay. But when I put it on number 3, I was like, oh. And again, if you want to turn it off, you just flip it to the off position. Now, I have this patio all soaked up from the nasty, and I got to clear this thing off. I sped this video up a little bit for you to see, but you can see in front of this air mover, well, I was cleaning this water up or evaporating it pretty quickly. So if you have water standing on concrete, your flooring, or just say that you have water in your basement, or maybe some water got in behind your walls, you need to clear that out. You need to get that air moving so you don't develop mold. Now, there's one other test that I had to see if it worked. Did I dare? Did I have the bulls? And sometimes, well, in the summer, we developed what's called sticky bulls. Sounds like Velcro when you're walking. And you see, that's when I decided I had to do the most scientific test ever done on this channel. Would it work? Nobody had the balls to do something like this, ever, on the history of the YouTubers. That's right, I may have discovered the cure for sticky bulls. Yeah, seemed to work out okay. No more Velcro. Now, unlike the fan, this thing has a lot of plastic, but that said, it's a built well plastic, if that makes sense. It's a heavier dutier grade. So this right here is definitely for the professionals, not just somebody around the house. If you take this out, if you're a plumber or HVAC or somebody that's remodeling or a handyman or somebody that needs to clean up wet areas such as basements or whatever, this is awesome. This thing really blows out a lot. Again, 1800 CFM on high. And you can hear it, it's not that loud. And you get the 3-year warranties on these. Now, DEWALT did a good job on these, and there's a 3-year warranty on them, so if anything does happen, you can get them replaced or fixed or whatever you need to do. That said, with the prices changing every single day on every item nowadays, I'm just gonna leave a link in the description below for you to check these things out, because I don't want the price to change and then you get upset with me because the price changed. That said, there's another video for you right here. Check that out because I think you're gonna like that just as much. With that, we'll be back with more videos soon.